Greetings, fellow Wendigo. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld, the first Wendigo. Episode 245, Game of Chance. So, before I start, I just wanted to point out an update that Catherine and I made to the mod. So if we open up this potential offspring tab for more gene information, there is now a new category which is tagged possible with chance. This is hellish to look at, but the way to interpret it here is it shows you the chance to inherit all 11 of the genes that you want passed on. So here it is, the math in all its glory. So a good indicator here would be Jacking Chan has maybe like a 1.9% chance with shield to generate a perfect Wendigo. These chances, of course, go up dramatically when both individuals hold a high percentage of these genes. So Jacking Chan being a 10, breeding with a waster, is about roughly a 50-50. Breeding with that waster, that child will inherit like half of the genes total, which would be 11, so like a 5 or a 6, which is why I woke up those wasters. Because almost every, well, not almost every, I mean, there is a bell curve. But on that bell curve, the majority of the wasters that Jacking Chan fertilizes their eggs will be somewhere between like 4 and 8 or so. Which is still very helpful, because then we take an 8 waster Jacking Chan mix and cross it with someone else, and it just keeps getting better and better and better. Incremental improvements through generations. But this is the big chart, and this is what it looks like without the tag possible. Now, the other thing to note is calculating these percentages is very, very CPU intensive. So when I load up the game, it gives you a rough number, and then it refines that number as it runs calculations. And it takes like 20 minutes or something? Like it takes a while for all the calculations to be run, because there's hundreds of thousands of combinations for it to calculate. But yeah, so let's pick up where we left off, fighting against these mechanoids. And then waiting for these impids to come in. So these impids are a breach attack immediately. And what I'm hoping to have happen is that the mechs will target them by sort of not offering ourselves up as a target. So I think what I'll do here is modify this zone for now so that it's no longer behind the walls. That way, there's no valid targets for these mechs to shoot at, and they buzz off. I mean, it's entirely possible that... Wait, why is there a gun here? It's entirely possible that, like, the mechs will target my trade caravan instead. And it seems like most of them have. Okay, that's unfortunate. What that means is that these impids are going to have to be murdered manually. That's okay. All right, I'm going to go red for this. It also kind of sucks for my, the caravan that I called in, well, I guess there's, like, maybe 2 centipedes heading in the right direction? It's certainly not enough. Oh, well, that happens. Mike, thank you for the resub. And Glitch for bits. Welcome, everybody, and pleasure to have you all here. Alright, I'm re-adding the zone to behind the wall so that we can rearm the weapons here. Another thing you might have noticed is I totally left Wendy out of this fight because she is... Oh, is this... Yeah, this is Jacking Chan's rifle. Because, you know, she's not particularly fond of fire, so I'm going to leave her out of it. And it does appear as if all but one of the centipedes has stopped to engage the impids, which is really good. I'm going to let Rise it off the hook here, too. He doesn't have enough psi focus to be particularly useful in this fight. Oh! So all I'm doing right now is I'm staging my shooters to be in a good position to defend against the impids once the mechs run its course. Alright, Sentinel, you're standing in the right spot. I'm going to have you hit the Soother. So we got a Psychic Soother active and going. I am, anyone that is at risk of mental break, I am letting off the hook. And having them leave. Because I don't really want mental breaks in the army up here. So anyone yellow or red will just be escorted out. I think at this point, it would be good for me to step up and sort of intervene. Also, who has acid spray? Stevie? I'm gonna see if Stevie can use it. I haven't actually used acid spray this series so far. This might be a little sketchy, but here we go. Oh, you're all down, aren't you? Whoopsie. So here's... acid spray was a contributing factor to them being downed, because it does a lot of pain. It just doesn't do a lot of bleeds. Okay. The impids are fleeing. I'm gonna send everyone back inside. Acid spray comes from genetics? It does, yes. There's acid spray, foam spray, and fire spray. There's a few centipedes that have not been destroyed. Oh, Pain, you're gonna live up to your name here in a second. And I'm just turning on the slug turrets to kill the remainder. Which is only 2 of them. Oh no, there's a third. I think, just to wrap this fight up, I'm gonna have my brawlers head on out and just slug it out with the centipede that's out of line of sight. But that fight was nice, tidy, and over quick. Impids are horrible at fighting mechanoids because fire does nothing to robots. And the impid's real strength is fire, so without that, pretty useless. I have no idea if this is the last episode or last stream of the series. Time will tell. It's entirely at this point reliant upon luck. Alright. The mechs are down. Fight music's going away because the remainder of the impids are fleeing. I might as well refresh Wendy's kill someone if she can make it out here in time. Of course, there's also the people laying on the ground. Maybe I'll just have her finish them off with bloodletting. Use some hemogen to make some hemogen. Did the trade caravan get away? Probably. They left because it was a cold temperature, and I don't see dead caravaneers, so I'm assuming they got out. Who's the closest to the success experiment? That would be Jacking Chan, who's at 10. I guess before I bleed them all out, there is actually a chance for rituals. So I will capture 2 impids with the intent of ritualistically slaughtering them in some way. So I'm going to cause some major blood loss so they can't get back up, and then coagulate. And then I'll just bite the other two. Who is... Alright, Tordek, capture, and low, capture. Okay. Wendy has satiated her bloodlust. Oh, wait. There's still one alive. There we go. Tattered clothing. Wendy has a shirt that's at 49%. Let's swap that out. Unfortunately, there's only heavy fur shirts. We haven't had Thrumbo swing by in quite some time. There is the chance that if someone gets an inspiration, I could make a hyperweave shirt for Wendy, as that would be probably the best. Next question I have is, when is the next egg harvest for colonists? In about a day. 20 hours, 21 hours, so on and so forth. So pretty soon we're going to have our own colonists have their eggs harvested. Ovum of Tiny. Tiny cross Jacking Chan has a microscopic chance of perfect success. So let's do it. There's a lot of damaged walls, and the slug turret's pretty damaged as well. Yeah, some of these slug turrets are really ruined. Are those nuclear reactors? They are ship reactors that I'm using to produce power. As odd as that may sound. Are we expanding the waste packet atomizers? Yes, we are. I've been slowly cleaning up this pollution patch, and we have a little bit of a backlog of waste, so I figured, why not? Now it's getting later and later in the season. It's still warm enough for human raiders, but pretty soon we are not going to have human raiders anymore. I think we'll be exclusively mechs. The butchery has quite the backlog. Little struggling over there. Alright, so what do we get here? An 8. An 8 with super immunity. See, this is why I woke up the wasters. Because this was a stock waster, Tiny, crossed with Jacking Chan, and it got an 8 with super immunity, which is pretty awesome. Do we have a baby that's out of... When I drafted Mass signaled to me that there was she was holding an infant. And I think... Oh, yeah, Greatness. Okay, so Greatness... Have you been implanted with Yes, you've been implanted. All right. So greatness needs to go back into the pod. I don't have any empty pods. We do have a lot of embryos that are going to be born soonish. The soonest would be 0 cross Madzi, who's another 10. And then Banished Puppet in here is a 9. Right? Once these individuals reach like sexual maturity, the chance of getting like really high rolls goes up tremendously. Set up one more accelerated pod, maybe. Possibly. It'd be a little tricky to afford it power-wise. I'd probably have to make another reactor. The accelerated power also requires a ton of food, so that's another worry. I would also possibly need to expand the kitchen and then dedicate more farmland to farming only. Because a lot of the food that we're using for the baby food was purchased. It was purchased fungus and potatoes and like. Because each of these, this is what, 400, 8, 12, 16, 2K, 2.2K. So the one vat with the growth accelerators is more than 2 ship reactors worth of power. It's not cheap. Oh, Kadath gave up on the community and is trying to leave the map tile. Because she's a body purist and, yeah. So that's not allowed. Don't worry, Kadath, your brain will be hacked. Oop. Hey, look at that. You've joined us again. Just required Bryzit to incept the idea in your mind that we are worth having around. Yeah, no one leaves the family. It's a, the only way you leave the family is that you join the food chain. Wendy is one of the best constructors, so I'm going to have her do some slug repair, because those uranium slugs need to be tip-top. The only door they'll see is the freezer door. Yes. Yes, indeed, that is true. So some of these people should be able to start walking soon. The people that we wanted to butcher. And then this embryo, I think, can be hauled to stockpile in the Flawless 8s. This is Flawless 8, after all. Oh, what are these eggs? 7. And there is a ovum there. Got it. I may have to knock down the quality of the food that we make to fine, because our butchery can't keep up with the human butchery food meat demand. Because lavish meals obviously take twice as much meat, and that puts twice as much strain. Seems to be the case. I'll just keep an eye on it, because we're struggling to remove all the clothing off of the humans that we, or you know, people that we butcher. People is far more of an inclusive term. All right, what is going on? Wow, why are my people just like not? They're all doing hauling tasks and like. All right, so mass is moving greatness into the pod. Good. Banished Puppet is a child. You can remain a colonist. No, that is not putting it into the pod. What the hell? Grow. Not manual feed. It's not what I said. So in half a day, we've got this other 10 that's going to be born. This 10 is missing super immunity, just like Jacking Chan. Then in about a day and a half, 6 days, 5 days, 6. Yeah, 6. Yeah, so yeah, a lot of babies popping out soon. Apparently I forgot how to drink coffee. I'm spilling it on myself. Well, I guess the new atomizer managed to handle the excess load. So if that's the case, go back to removing pollution. If we're idle enough. Oops. The other thing that I see is that the hopper for the prisoners don't have meat. I think it's just a lack of hauling. I think it's just there's too many hauling tasks. But there isn't, with that said, there isn't a lot of non-human meat left, which is a wee bit of a concern. The other thing I'm checking up on is, okay, so Evie can be stuck into the gene extractor, and all we're really looking for is the red eyes to be scanned. So I'll run a prediction on that. What do you guys think? Will I get the genes I want? Yes or no? So as a point of reference, Hazars have what, like 18 genes or something? 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Wow, really? I don't want that memorized. And I'm just looking for 1 out of 18. So there's roughly a 1 out of 18 chance that I scan it. A little, the chances are a little greater than that, but thereabouts. So is this the 8 that I wanted? No, this is a 7. Egg management, man. Pains me. Alright, Madzy, come correct that. This is the 8. Just no one hauled it. And then Poxrock is another waster, and Jack and Chan will fertilize that one too. A prepare a while mech raid. Whammy is about to get destroyed. This is kind of a nasty mech raid. They are a lot of Tesserons and Lancers. Tesserons are good against brawlers because they set the brawlers on fire, which makes them a little bit more effective. Where's the third group? Here it is. Oh, and then this one has 3 Dablises. Spicy. Just the way I like it. I just realized I probably didn't lift the zoning restrictions of the mechs. So Whammy, I'm gonna have you jetpack out of there. Solden, you put down a huge prediction on the wrong on the wrong one. That's rough. Oh man, they saw you. They saw Wham. Okay, this is gonna be annoying. They saw Whammy go through that door, and now they are peeved. The other issue that I'm running into, because this is a prepare a while raid, but the door to my kill box is closed, which is a bit of a problem. All right, everyone here is gonna get. Okay. I didn't want to hit the group of Lancers because this group is way more interesting to Berserk. But I don't want my own people shot at. So probably one effective way to kill this group here is to smush them with brawlers, as they are very brawler weak, except for, of course, the Dabless. Legionaries and Tesserons get smushed by brawlers very, very quickly. So the best way to do this is to Berserk. Maybe I'll wait for everyone to get here. Berserk so that they aren't targeting my brawlers, and then have the brawlers close the distance while they're fighting one another. Missed me. And I think, as predicted, the more annoying ones is going to be the Tesserons, so I'm going to take those out first. In fact, I have a lot of chem fuel. I could just jump people into position. Because that's another way to shut them down, is shooters won't shoot at point blank. So if I close the distance with my brawlers, their shooters are gonna stop. Oh, Whammy's getting bashed up pretty hard. And they're beginning their assault. Hang in there, Whammy. Are you, like, not tough or something, or are they just hitting you really hard? No, you're robust. You're getting beat like you're delicate. The other groups are not pushing up just yet. They're waiting. Alright, well that worked pretty well. Looking at this group, it's pretty much the same comp as the last one, and then it's the third group that's the really threatening one, because that's stacked mech hive raids. So an Apocryton with some centipedes, all centipedes, and a bit of a mix. Okay. The spice gets spicier. The other thing I could do is, because, you know, why not? I have really high relations with my allies. Just call the 2 allies that are non-tribal and ask for backup, and have them probably get slaughtered. But you know, Wendy doesn't care. I almost never call in friendlies, but this would be a good reason to, just as cannon fodder, so that I'm far more left alone. I'm gonna use some coagulate on Pain and Whammy, so they just get healed sooner. Start recovering. Hey, Raw, it goes pretty well. I mean, I have 57 mechs on the map tile right now, but, you know, that's par for the course for this series. Nothing special about that. So, this Apocryton, kind of self-sacrificed. I'm gonna send some of my brawlers out to make sure it dies, but it, as you can see, decided to push forward. I think what ends up happening is it's trying to get to the closest mech corpse, and it just destroys itself. Spare some honor for our aerodrone salvo. There's, oh, what? Come on. There's not really a good, these mech raids are 3 or 6 smaller individual groups, so salvos are really only good when you have them all grouped up in one giant cluster, and that's not the case here. I wish. This group is grouped up a little bit. Oh, they must have a war queen, yeah. Because I see urchins. Alright, Wendy, replace that door. Get away from the fire. She's still a fire-fearing Singerfish. Come on. Keep moving. Oh, and there's a war queen down here, too. Okay. So I have my oh, ouch. I have my brawlers coming in, but the problem is now they're within line of sight of the mechs that they were serving. Alright, brawlers, come on back. Gonna withdraw. So this group is pushing for an advance. Nabla became a child. Are you allowed to be a colonist? Nope. Enslave the 3-year-old. Like you do. Well, this Apocryton's about half killed. And it's burning its res charges on, like, Militors, which is cute. Because of Cadats giving up and leaving the community, Bryzit's psi focus is very bad. Moving my troops into position for killing this group more or less manually. Reserving the slugs for centipedes, war queens, and diaboluses. Because there's... what's on the map tile? There's 3 war queens on this map tile, 1 Apocryton, 3 diaboluses. So there's... yeah, 3 diaboluses, 3 war queens, and an Apocryton. So, yeah, I'm... That's a lot. That's a lot of mech bosses. Love it. This group is making an assault, which is good. Staggering is great. So so that I can get all the kills in. The other thing that would be a powerful tool here is insanity lances, making the enemies insane. But we're gonna have Wendy come down here as support. Urchins do make funny little squeal noises. They're very odd. Would not want to be a brawler in this mess. Also, a little worried about collateral damage breaking these walls again. Just had them repaired, right? Alright, Rogie. Whoops. That's not what I meant to do. You're out of here. Broke your shield. Stickiest, same deal with you. Out, because your shield's broke. Rogie, that doesn't look like out. That looks like you're just bashing some more. Frosty has no shield. You're out too. Yeah, this wall is pretty toast. How about temporary wall reinforcement? There. Now the wall won't break so fast. Alright, Paulius, you got gutted. Have you bounce? And have Wendy tend to you with her magic. Oh, got shot in the lung. That's nasty. So the big things are coming in to the slug line of fire here in a second. So I'll turn them in a moment. There's it's a nasty group. It's Centurion, 3 centipedes, a queen, 3 diabluses. Your berserk came to an end, did it? Because I knocked your arm off. Feels very much like the Mechs faction strategy is what should we send? Yes. Yeah, like, I would say that's about accurate. They sent everything. Alright, Rogie, Frosty, you guys can leave. Fly up and Tordek, I'm going to tag you. Actually, Frosty, could you go in here and start repairing the wall from the inside? Alright, Dragondil, took a bruise. Oh, Lilin just died. Got brained by a lancer. Yeah, that'll happen from time to time. Let's go ahead and move your body out of the way, because there's a fair chance that the Tesserons will light everything on fire around here, and you will cease to exist very, very quickly if that's the case. So she was one of our filtered pigskins. Strong stomach and robust. Pretty low on the totem pole of important individuals. The big guys are now in position, so it's time to let her rip. And at this point, I want everybody coming inside. Trash talking the dead. Real classy. Yeah, I mean, it's on point for Wendy. You die means that you lost, and she doesn't breed losers. Let's have Kadath haul the rifle into. So we're bringing our body in. So I'm having everyone come inside so that I can reverse the course of the raiders, having them come in the east door instead, or rather lure them there so that they spend more time in front of the turrets. So I'll have Trala prop that door open. I will need a valid target, so Dom, you will stay here until that door is propped. Another thing I could do is activate my own War Queen and start releasing urchins just as, like, annoying cannon fodder. I think that would be pretty functional. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld, the first Wendigo, which originally streamed live on Twitch August 27th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, it also has a link to Discord, as does the description in this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Wendigo.